Good evening. Welcome to Cut Deep Season 4, Episode 3. We apologized we missed last week, but thank you for being faithful and joining us this week. The concept of Cut Deep was developed with a focus on encouraging the wider public to think more in depth on issues that plague us, encouraging persons to have a voice and to use that voice to invoke change. Cut Deep is an interactive platform cutting through the noise and political rhetoric. It is raw, uncut, challenging you to think critically. What do the issues mean for us? What part do we play? It is a platform that will move the Virgin Islands toward unified, integrated success. I want to welcome back Blossoms Flores as our support sponsor for Cut Deep. I want to highlight and thank those of you who continue to support this platform from behind the scenes. Thank you. At this time, we'll take a break and we'll come right back with the show for tonight.
Our floral experts use their creative flair to design beautiful and exotic bouquets. We are the on-island wedding experts, and for boating enthusiasts, we can help you to add a touch of floral elegance, life, and color to your yacht, mega yacht, both locally and internationally. We've even worked with celebrities. At Blossoms, we continue to deliver smiles and watch our customers bloom.
Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media at cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Welcome back to Cut Deep Season 4, Episode 3. Thank you to our sponsors and supporters for having our back each season. Tonight, I'm doing one of my specialties, but this time I'm going absolutely rogue, unscripted. And I know I have to start with the whole Pear Park fiasco. I understand it's fair that I should share newsworthy updates on myself as well. So let's start with the Pear Park fiasco quickly, and we'll go from there. So, a couple of months ago, I applied to the Cyril B. Rumney Pear Park. The official name, it hasn't been changed. It's the Tatola Pear Park Limited. I applied for a kiosk for a business that I wanted to develop. I went through the proper channels and procedures and application process. It took a while. However, I was granted a written approval based on certain things. I confirmed to the Pear Park that those things were fine with me and that I could meet those obligations. And I said, go ahead and prepare the contract. And so we moved to contract stage. A few days later, I was contacted by an employee of the Pear Park and invited to a meeting to the CEO's office, who is Mr. Vance Lewis. I got a little, flustered because I thought, oh, what happened? Is something gonna be pulled back? But anyway, I went to his office, and to my surprise, it was a very warm, verbal welcoming to the Pear Park, another approval. He was excited. He said the staff at the Pear Park were all excited about my idea, and they thought that it would be good for the Pear Park, and they're excited to have it there, and so forth. And we went through all of that, and so it was an informal meeting, but a welcoming by the CEO himself to the Pear Park family, as he called it. He even said to me that he would be my first customer. He will have my first waffle. Anyway, we continued speaking, and he assured me that I didn't have to worry about anything because I had a starting date set in mind, and there are a lot of things that I had to do to make sure I meet that date. And so he said to me not to worry about that. We're going to get the contract over to you, but you can go ahead and get started. The contract will come over. The spot is yours. He even had his employee take me back down to see the spot, to take a second look, to let them know anything that might have need improvement on the space and so forth. So for me, coming out of that meeting, it was clearly a confirmed deal, a done deal. So I walked away happy to be moving forward with this venture. And, I started putting certain things in place to ensure the deadline that I wanted to meet. Anyway, about a few days later, the following week, I should have received the contract. I followed up. They said I'm going to get it in a couple of days, just hang tight, and so forth. By the Thursday, I received an email, which I didn't see until the Friday. And it was saying that, now I was excited when I saw the email because I was ready to, download the contract, sign it off, feel legit, and just get going. But to my dismay and total, I was horrified when I opened the email to see that I had received a letter from the CEO, Vance Lewis, saying that my offer to have the kiosk was rescinded. The letter that he sent me, it quoted something about financials or something to that manner. Now, between my first approval letter, this verbal approval and welcoming to the Pear Park, and between that first, this second, and the third, which said that your offer was rescinded, I don't know. I'm lost as to what happened in between there. Now, I'm not lost. I have a pretty good idea. But I am lost for words as to what happened in between there from a professional corporation like the Tortola Pear Park Limited. No one has contacted me up to now to say, Cindy, we need further documents, or this document didn't work out, or something happened in between and we had to change our decision. To this date, as I continue to follow up with Mr. Lewis, he has totally dodged my calls. If I call, and I'm going to say it, if I call the Honorable Premier right now, he will pick up my call and he will have a conversation with me. So I really want to know what is it about Mr. Lewis's position that he can't give me a call up to this date. I think we're 4 weeks past now, and I continue to call him. He would pick up the phone. Oh, I'm running into a meeting, or I'm running here and I'm gonna call you later. I'm gonna totally dodging my calls, and that is something that I don't play with. I don't play games. I don't play games with anybody, and I don't expect anybody to play games with me. I think it's unprofessional. Anyway, he's never given me a call, never picked up the phone to say, Cindy, come to my office at this time. We're going to sit down and we're going to figure this out, work it out, whatever it is that went away. Nothing to this date. On my Facebook page, I called out Mr. Lewis and I used a particular image, and I'm going to chuckle because Mr. Lewis does not have the time to return my call, but he had the time to sit with his attorney, Terrence Neal, in order to send me a letter with my business that he has now divulged to his lawyer without my authority or my say-so, because when I called you out on Facebook, you don't know what I was talking about. So all the people that you spoke to about why I might be calling you out and the information that was put in that letter from your lawyer, I'm offended. You had the time to go and sit with him and come up with this instead of contacting me to say, Cindy, okay, I hear you. I'm stopping. I'm throwing down everything. Come to my office. Let's discuss this. Let's get it off the table. Let's figure it out. Instead, you found the time to sit with your attorney to send me a letter to remove my post from Facebook and to make you an offer of compensation. Compensation for what I don't know. You gave me 3 days to take down my post. It is still on my page. It will remain on my page. You gave me 7 days to offer you a compensation for calling your name. Again, I haven't responded to your attorney because I do not intend to at all. 7 days has passed and you had me served. You don't have time to call me, to talk to me, to put this on the table, to right the wrong that you know you've made, but you have time now to get to your attorneys to file a lawsuit on somebody. It served me with something. It wasn't for me, so I returned it to your lawyers. But you had the time, and you have the time to do all of this. Okay? I'm going to say to you that your lawyers don't frighten me. What you did was wrong. Whether it started out that way, it ended that way. Because the truth is, your intentions were probably never good to begin with. Okay? So for me, dealing with all of that, you put my back against the wall where I now have to go and take legal action against you as the CEO for the Pear Park and against the Tortola Pear Park. You put my back against the wall for me to do that because I'm reaching out to you, I'm being courteous to you, and yet you feel it's okay to disrespect me as a citizen of this territory, as a resident, as a taxpayer. I didn't beg you for a space. I went through the appropriate application process to get what I needed to get. Okay? And when I felt that I was slighted, I spoke to the Premier, I spoke to the opposition leader, I spoke to the Honorable Neville Smith, and I spoke to the Honorable Kai Reimer. I'm sorry, Kai, don't kill me. Okay, so I feel like I followed the proper procedures. I've been very patient. And so you've put my back up against the wall. And so I've had to serve the Pear Park on Friday past. And I've given you some ultimatums. And if you feel like you don't want to follow those, I will pursue legal action against the Pear Park. And I will pursue legal action against you, Mr. Lewis. Your actions and behavior is why I posted what I posted and how I posted it. And I'm saying it to you live on my show. Okay? And let me tell you something about defamation. Defamation only occurs, Mr. Lewis, and I'm sure your two brilliant, learned attorneys will let you know, defamation only occurs if what I am saying or what I implied about you is not true. Okay? So I'm sorry if you think that you were offended or embarrassed in front of colleagues or other Rotarians or whoever. I don't really give a damn. What I know is that you have misused your office. You have abused your office. And unless you get this matter right, I am going to take legal action against you and the Tortola Pear Park. We're going to take a break and we're going to come right back.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, you enjoy the rest of it then. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, son.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top up or?
Welcome back to Cut Deep, Season 4, Episode 3. Thank you to our sponsors and supporters for having our back each season. Tonight I'm doing one of my specialties. I'm going unscripted. I haven't done that before, so I'm going to try to measure myself as much as possible. This is the reason that I go scripted, because I don't want to say or do the wrong thing that may offend you, my audience, but I will try to keep myself in check as much as I can. So here we go. So as I'm speaking about what, has transpired with the Pear Park, I can say to you that I just feel what is happening to me. Let me just say that what is happening to me isn't something unique. It is something that continues to happen to persons, and I'm not gonna say Virgin Islanders alone. I'm gonna say as well, work permit holders and any resident of this territory that feels like they have an opinion or a position on something, in particularly as it relates to politics. Now, I know my voice is strong. I know my position is strong. I know I have a following. I know that, and I appreciate that, and I try my best not to, abuse my platform. Okay? So when I talk politics, I'm talking things that are affecting the territory. I'm not attacking anybody personally. I've never personally attacked anyone. I talk about the issues. If you're the minister over that issue, then you're going to come on the table for conversation and you're going to get checked. That's not personal. This is about the territory in which we all live, and we all have to be comfortable and happy to live. So what is happening to me is not unique. I know that it has happened to Virgin Islanders. I know that it continues to happen to Virgin Islanders. And one of the things that I got a lot of in my box yesterday was encouragement to maybe pull back or maybe look employment in the private sector. I'm not looking employment with anybody because my voice needs to be free. Okay, so I don't want to continue to run up against that brick wall. Okay, and I've done well in terms of going to school, educating myself, working, and just giving myself the experience that I need to be an entrepreneur. Most of my life I've been an entrepreneur. So if I intend to pursue continuing being an entrepreneur in the BVI, I should not be stopped or blocked in any light because I have a view on how this territory is run. Okay, so many persons have gone through this. Again, I'm not unique in this position, but the uniqueness about me is that I'm not going to back down. I'm going to continue to have the conversation that the public needs to hear. I'm going to continue to keep any government administration in check. I'm going to continue to talk about any of the issues that arise that may not be good for the territory. And at the same time, if there's something good, because I've done that too. But nobody hears when I talk good about whatever an administration has done. They only hear the bad. Okay? Okay, great. But anyway, I'm saying to you that what is being done to me and what is continuing to be done to other persons in this territory when they decide to have a voice or not be tolerative of the nonsense that goes on in this territory, it has to stop. And I'm not going to stop what I'm doing, and you guys can't stop me from eating in this BVI. But to just think about the fact that you think it's okay to stop anybody at all, but especially a Virgin Islander, and stop them everywhere you go. Everything you think that they're doing, you're inquiring about me. With my friends, with my family, you're inquiring as to who is supporting her. Okay, this is how low you guys are going for somebody that just has an opinion on what is going on in her territory. A simple conversation, and you guys just want to tear me apart. I'm a mother with 3 children. 3 mouths to feed, sent to school. Nothing changes for me financially when you've taken my job, but you also want to take my livelihood. It was so important for you guys to punish me that it is alleged, and I'm going to say alleged, but I know it to be a fact, that part of the interview for becoming the next director of the BVI Tourist Board, the question was, what would you do with Cindy? What would you do with someone like Cindy? Would you have the balls to fire Cindy? Aren't you guys embarrassed? One little skinny, measly woman got your balls twisted up in knots. Okay? To the point where you think I should not eat. Okay? Because, dare I say, women should find their place. Well, I'm very certain of my place. Very certain. And this behavior is going to stop. Here you have an administration that sat in our House of Assembly just a couple weeks ago to pass exit packages for themselves. And the premier citing, oh, when you run for politics or when you come out of the House of Assembly, it's hard for you to get work if you hadn't had your own business before because there's so much victimization and people feeling certain ways and they don't. You guys create this. You have created this. From decades ago, this is the mantra of the Virgin Islands Party. Okay, your past legislators have walked onto people's jobs and said, I want this person home now. And so it continues. You do it through your minions because you don't have the balls to do it yourself. You line up your boards and you do it through your minions, your little yes people. Your little yes people. You do it through them. You should be ashamed of yourselves. You should be ashamed and embarrassed. I'm disgusted that I even gave you guys one single vote to embarrass the BVI like this. It's disgusting, and y'all need to check yourselves. We're gonna take a break and come right back.
Our floral experts use their creative flair to design beautiful and exotic bouquets. We are the on-island wedding experts, and for boating enthusiasts, we can help you to add a touch of floral elegance, life, and color to your yacht, mega yacht, both locally and internationally. We've even worked with celebrities. At Blossoms, we continue to deliver smiles and watch our customers bloom.
The win! Oh!
What are the hell?
I'm freaking out!
Is time.
284 Music.
Coming to you live and direct from the beautiful British Virgin Islands.
What's poppin', what's really good, what's happening, what's up?
Davis has won it for the Lakers!
Welcome back to Cut Deep. It's season 4, episode 3. Thank you to all sponsors and supporters for having our back each season. Tonight I'm going rogue. I'm doing one of my specialties, but I'm going rogue and I'm absolutely unscripted. And we continue with the conversation. I'm going to go through the headlines for over the past couple weeks. We missed last week. And so there were some things too that I wanted to bring up from the week before. So here goes. I want to actually start with our prisons. We had 2 incidences as it relates to the prison over the past couple days. I know that tensions have been, or things at the prison have not been going well. I've been contacted on many occasions on that issue and that topic, and I've thought about how to approach it, and I will. and I will. But tonight I'm just gonna talk about what has happened in the prison over the past couple days. So on Sunday, what I thought was a peaceful day, this image started circulating. I don't have the image. I'm not going to put it up on the screen. I'm just gonna say that this image started circulating, which was alarming to me. It really shocked me because in the picture you can see that is an image of up at Her Majesty's prison there in Balsam Gut. The performance in the picture, it really took me back. There was a lot of commenting, a lot of conversation. And it was, I'm gonna say honestly, it was a solemn moment for me when I looked at that picture, and that actually told me, that picture told me the devastation of the prison, the devastation of where we are as a BVI. And it's something that we really need to take stock of. And we have to think really hard and deep on what we're seeing and what's going on. And again, that Ball's word is gonna probably come up for me for a few times tonight, but we really need to find our balls to deal with the situation that's going on in the BVI. Following up on that image coming out, a press release came out that Mr. Guy Hale was tipped to be the superintendent of prisons once the contract for the outgoing superintendent expires. Now, I love Mr. Guy Hale. I like him because he has integrity. He's a no-nonsense guy, and I feel at this time the prison probably needs that. And I do like the fact that he is indeed a Virgin Islander, and a Virgin Islander who I feel can definitely do the job. So I'm gonna say congratulations to Mr. Hill on securing that position. I'm gonna appeal to you with everything down in my soul, and I feel confident that I can depend on you to keep politics out of the play. If your sister was alive, Miss Beryl, God bless, rest her soul, I know she would be dancing and happy and so forth. So I want to say congratulations to you on securing this this position, and please do your best to bring prison reform to this territory. Get the prison back under control, whatever it takes to do that. And I'm going to encourage the governor, the police force, the NSC, and all that are involved, the government, to stand behind you and allow you to do your job. It was a hot weekend for the prison, and following that appointment, then there came, all in the same night, a tussle at the prison, a fight, which unfortunately saw a fatal stabbing. I'm not sure, but I want to believe that was the first time a murder has happened in the prison. I'm not sure. Let me double check that, but I want to believe that to be the case. I want to extend my condolences to the friends and family of the deceased. The NSC ordered 2 senior prison officers to take admin leave, and I'm going to assume that those are the senior prison officers that were on duty when this incident happened. Here's the thing. I don't need to go in depth about this. This is another issue that has branched off of our lack of accountability for our behavior, or corrupt systems, things that we've allowed to fester in the BVI for decades. Okay, for decades and decades, and these things are coming home to bite us in the butt. They are here, they're at our doorstep, It's an embarrassment to us. And then, unfortunately, at this time, we have leadership in place that could say things like, we don't have a corruption issue, or, people are trying to make the BVI look bad. Look, we look bad. We look absolutely bad. Okay? We have a COI on our doors. Corruption is through the roof because it is. Okay? You have murders in broad daylight in the streets. People are being gunned down outside their homes, in the middle of business districts. I mean, come on. You have a murder in the prison. You have a picture being circulated, with prisoners that don't appear to be in prison. These are things that shouldn't happen. Okay? And we have to be strong enough, whether these are our friends or loved ones. We have to be accountable for our role in what is going on in the BVI. We have to be accountable for where we are and the things that we let slide and think that things are okay and, oh, it's this person, no. It is on our doorstep. It's embarrassing. It's a serious problem. And I'm going to move on to the COI in a minute. But I would love to see the COI look into narcotics and its affiliation to government or anybody high in government. And, wherever that corruption starts, people can't do things without having somebody to secure them doing these bad things. So we need to be real with the situation, stop turning it into a black and white thing, because the BVI is in a very, very, very dangerous space. And that will take a quick break.
Our floral experts use their creative flair to design beautiful and exotic bouquets. We are the on-island wedding experts, and for boating enthusiasts, we can help you to add a touch of floral elegance, life, and color to your yacht, mega yacht, both locally and internationally. We've even worked with celebrities. At Blossoms, we continue to deliver smiles and watch our customers bloom.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Welcome back to Cut Deep, Season 4, Episode 3. Thank you to our sponsors for your continued support each week. And thank you to my listening audience for tuning in and being with me each week. Tonight, I'm going rogue, unscripted. I'm having conversation with you on issues that are, threatening to us, I feel, as a society. And I'm breaking down the happenings in the news over the past couple of weeks. So, last week, our good friend, I'm going to call them the VIP Media House because that's simply who they are, Virgin Islands News Online. They came out with yet another distasteful cartoon. And this cartoon is showing the judge in charge of the Commission of Inquiry with his knee in the premier's neck, and it says, "I can't breathe with this pre-concluded witch hunt." Okay, now this is the second time that Vino has done a cartoon to this likeness. The last time it was done, there was a backlash. It was considered outrageous, and I think more so because of what had happened with Mr. George in the U.S. when the police put the knee in his neck and he died as a result. So Vino brought out this tasteless cartoon once again, similar. And here you have Mr. Skelton Klein calling out distasteful memes against ex and current legislators. I don't recall anywhere that I've seen Mr. Klein talk about this cartoon. He hasn't brought it up. And I don't expect him to bring it up because the Virgin Islands Party's news machine, which we refer to as Vino, they are hell-bent on creating division in the BVI. They are hell-bent on that. They can say what they want. They can play the political games and have breakfast here with everybody and games over here with everybody. They're hell-bent on creating divisions. They're bent on creating divisions between locals and white expats. They're hell-bent on creating divisions between locals and the Caribbean expats, brothers and sisters. Don't be fooled. It is their agenda because they feel that they can be successful amongst this division. But praise God, it seems like people have caught on to their nasty behavior. Okay? So they continue to push agendas like this in an effort to mostly show the UK, especially at this time with the Commission of Inquiry, you know, they continue to try to turn it into a black and white thing, but it's not. It's a corruption thing. It's a corruption thing, and I'm going to say again, I'm glad the COI is here to get to the bottom of all of this for us. In the meantime, I haven't done it before, but in the meantime, I am going to encourage advertisers to pull their advertising dollars from Vino. The continued blatant racism, discrimination, lack of respect for their advertising public, for their viewers, and anybody. The advertising dollars need to be pulled from Vino. Period. There's no exception. There is nothing that you can say. And the government needs, again, to stand up to this type of rhetoric. And this is why nobody wants to hear these guys. Because out of your mouth, on one side, you're saying one thing. On the other side, you're allowing Vino to just run this country ragged in disgrace. Okay? So, Mr. Skelton Klein, if the memes are disturbing to you, have a conversation with your good friend and colleague over there, the owner of Vino or part owner, whatever he wants to call himself these days. We don't really care. Just have a conversation with him because his stuff stinks and we're tired. Now, there are a few more headlines that I want to get to. I'm going to save this one here on my honorable district rep. I'm going to save that for the maybe close to the last. Let's talk about an article came out last week where the premier was talking about disrespect for an unprecedented level of disrespect that's being dished onto representatives or leadership in this territory. I'm going to say it now, okay? I'll be fair. I don't believe in the continued swearing or onslaught of swearing in any presentation video where the public is tuned in. As much as we can control that, we should, because at the end of the day, there are people that are listening to us that we're turned off by that. It could come off disrespectful. I understand that. Sometimes my colleague and friend, owner of Tola Radio, he was a little harsh the other week, but hear this. You guys need to understand that disrespect will breed disrespect. The BVI is at an all-time low in terms of, yes, where we are respecting each other, how we deal with each other. But when you look at the top, okay, the Virgin Islands Party has disrespected Virgin Islanders. It has disrespected the media. They move around like these big bad bullies. They don't respect anybody. So when you have people put up against that, why do you think that you will get respect? Why should I respect you and you don't respect me? Why should the media respect you and you have no respect for the media? You have total disregard and disdain for the media. No respect at all. So why do you think you're being disrespected and that people don't care how they talk about you or what they say or the manner in which they say it? That should be something for you, Honorable Premier, to think about, sit down with your government and think about it. And it doesn't go to all of them. But there are a few of you, the Honorable Premier, Carvin Malone, Shawanda Uhuru, Natalia Whitley, whatever you want to call him this time around. You guys don't have any respect. And when you don't have any respect, you shouldn't worry about getting respect. Because just because you are in leadership doesn't mean that you should be respected. You should respect yourselves as our leaders. You should respect our House of Assembly. You should respect our laws or legislations that you put in place. You should respect our media, and you should respect every citizen in this territory. And until you do that, the wall that you're going to keep slamming into is going to be a big, hard wall of disrespect continuously. Because people have had it with you guys and your blatant disrespect and behavior. Okay, so if you want that respect, try and give it up, and we'll try to give it back to you. Okay, let's take a quick short break.
Father Jesus, that line you long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, son.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. What on? You must have cut fun topic.
It's okay. I'll take care of it.
What? No man, forget you.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Welcome back. It's season 4, episode 3, and I want to thank our sponsors and supporters for staying with me each season. I'm going unplugged tonight. I'm going rogue. I call it going rogue, unscripted. And I'm just breaking down the headlines from the past couple weeks and just trying to bring you guys up to date with what has been going on in the territory. So right now we're going to move on to the COI, the Commission of Inquiry that was launched on us in December by the outgoing governor. So there are a few things happening. We have been downloading the transcripts as they have become available to the public. And I can tell you it's been amazing sitting down and going through these transcripts every week. I feel like I'm back in university. But I love it. I love that the public is being kept abreast of what is going on in these transcripts. And can I tell you how, every time I read one of these transcripts, I feel like I'm in Comedy Central. They're very hard to go through and think that, this is the leadership that we have in place, and the decisions that they've made. So I read the transcripts and I think, I say this thing often. I call the BVI Zamunda. Zamunda is not a real place. I call the BVI Zamunda, and I've done that for a while. So when things go down, and you'd always have my friends or anybody else around me, they tell you that I say that, like, when hits the fan, I say just another day in Zamunda. And another thing that I have coined is that the BVI is not a real place, because when you observe some of the actions, when you read these transcripts, when you hear things and see things that you know to be a fact that you don't want to bring it out, but you know that it has happened, all you can say is another day in Zamunda. The BVI is not a real place, and life goes on. Or we can attempt to fix what is going on. Anyway, a few things came up. Mr. Skelton was quizzed on his government contracts and qualifications. There appeared to be some irregularities in his contracts with government. Let's just touch on those two for now. There's some things that are interesting. I don't know what people pull out, what you pull out when you read the transcripts, but Usa. Okay. So, under the previous administration, when the now Premier was the Minister for Education, Mr. Skelton Klein received a contract for some $571,000. And this contract was and this is a contract that has been on the table for discussions a long time ago. It continues to come up. Okay? He received this contract to do work on the Ministry of Education. Now, up to now, we can't get a report or anything out of this contract, or if it worked, or what the results were. Did it meet its goal? And again, in this instance, there was just no accountability. Again, this is under the VIP administration, and some of y'all might get offended by me saying VIP, but when you think back through history, I'm 47 and I've seen a lot. Okay? I've been interested in politics for a long time now in the BVI. And every single time the UK puts her foot down on us, take a look at which administration is in place. I don't have to tell you, just take a look. Go through our history and you tell me which administration is in every time the UK has to rear her head to bring some accountability to the BVI. Let me know what you find. Okay, so he got this contract, no accountability, nothing. They're questioning him on it. And what was interesting to me, actually, is the number of names, company names, I want to say aliases, that he was questioned about being, because he had one contract under Claude Klein, then one under Claude Skelton Klein, and then Grace Consulting. I mean, you almost feel like, and that's just my opinion, don't sue me, you almost feel like these people are running around here just making up companies for work. I mean, anywho, so they asked Claude, and Claude had the nerve, because they asked him which company he received the contract under that education ministry under Andrew, what company he received it under. And Mr. Skelton said he couldn't remember. He wasn't sure, but he would go and check. So he couldn't remember that he got the contract under Claude Otley Consulting. Okay? Wonderful. to date has not, and the governor has not put, not the governor, the government has not put anything forward as to the now revolving contract that Mr. Skelton was given just a few weeks with the incoming administration. He got that consulting contract through his company, or a company he works with, he said, Grace Consulting. Okay? And can I tell you, when I tell you that I feel like this is Comedy Central. You got a contract for consulting government. But Grace Consulting, who you got this contract under, is a marital / counseling coaching company. I don't know about anybody else, but this jumped out at me. This stood out to me, and I was like, we really, we gotta do better. We really, really must do better. What kind of advice are you giving the government under your marital counseling coaching company? Anyway, as I mentioned, Mr. Skelton Klein and the government has to date been unable to give us anything on Mr. Klein's contracts, if he has fulfilled what was there, if he hasn't fulfilled it. And as you're reading, this is also in connection with Mr. Klein, the irregularities discovered in his contract, where apparently his contract, nothing has ever been given in. And I don't know if you guys remember, I've spoken to it before, where the Premier has said to us that every time he renews Mr. Skelton Klein's contract, he would give an update as to the progress under this contract. Today, my mom used to do this thing. She used to do like this. And that means nothing. I'm still waiting. We're still waiting. So she used to do that, rest her soul. So to date, we're still waiting. We've never seen anything. And just whether it was every 6 months or every year, this contract was renewed. There was some good standing documents that should have been in for Mr. Skelton before the contract was signed off on. That was thrown out the door and it was signed off on. And those documents weren't produced until after he had the contract. Okay? Like I tell you, the BVI is not a real place. Anyway, moving on, I found an article where the COI 4 is calling, VI COI called over Foy's resistance to UK bullying. Now, what this article is saying is that the Commission of Inquiry was called because our Premier was resisting the bullying of the UK. Now, I'm not sitting in Mr. Foy's seat, so I can't tell you if that is the case or what that looked like, but isn't it amazing when a bully meets a bigger bully? I would say it's quite amazing and a thing to look at, because I don't know if our Premier Foy can look us seriously in the face and talk about somebody bullying him. But anyway, like I said, I'm not sitting in his seat. I don't know what pressures he has from the UK Daily. However, the COI came, Mr. Premier, because the people of this territory, citizens, residents, work permit holders, just everybody that have come under your unlawful wrath, were sick and tired of your bullying. And so reports were made to the governor, who is the representative of the UK. And if the fact is, we are the UK's people, I don't know what else to tell y'all. We are the UK's people. So if I'm complaining Okay? People are complaining. Why do you think it's because the UK? It's because, it's not. It's because the people were tired of your bullying, your outright lack of respect for our laws, our House of Assembly, the setup of government, and how that is to function, the continued victimization, the firing, unlawful firing of people. They were tired of that and they complained you to the UK, and that's why they are here. I don't know what story you and Vino have, but we got that story for you. In good news, the FOI tomorrow, Wednesday, hearings are going live. So we'll be able to, although I really wanted to see some of the ones that are passed, we can't, but from tomorrow, Wednesday, June 2nd, the hearings will be going live. So if you can tune in, continue to download the scripts. The FCOI also sent out an updated website where you can feel comfortable in making further complaints. So this thing is far from over. I might have to go talk to them myself now because I'm getting tired of these dudes. I'm getting tired of them. So I might have to go have my own conversation, but they've opened up a new website where it's easier to get in touch with them and you don't have to go through the red tape of government trying to stop you. Okay? Our good friend, the Honorable Minister, we're wrapping up now. Our good friend, the Honorable Minister of Education. I listened to their live last week and I could tell you, I really had to chuckle. This is actually the third year that these guys are in office, and they've said about me and they've said to me that I don't say anything good about them. Well, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, do you want me to tell a lie? I am unimpressed with you guys. And if you've done one thing good and 10 things bad, like, what do you want me to say about you guys? You've crashed the economy. You continue to victimize your people. You harass your people. You move around like dictators and bullies. What do you want me to say about you? My child is still at home more than a year out. Okay? What do you want me to say good about you guys? Your leadership and your whole governance to date has been a failure. I give you an F. So I don't know what you want me to say. And the truth is, a lot of the things that you guys are pushing forward had already been passed to push forward. Even the monies have been allotted. So you guys haven't really done anything but screw this territory up, to be honest. You've done a really good job of doing that. Okay? Here's this one. This minister, the Honorable Minister of Education, he always needs to blame somebody about misleading or who has an agenda. Everybody has an agenda, Shawandi. So let's just get past that. Everybody has an agenda. I'm just hoping it's not a rotten one like you guys. Everybody has an agenda. Okay? And the agenda of the people coming after you on education, it has to do with our children, its parents. It has to do with teachers. They deal with this and what is going on at the schools every day. And the truth is, for being in for 3 years, you have done nothing for education. Unless you want to sit me down and have a conversation. You've done nothing for education. Our children are still out of school. And I'll be, for sure the reason they're out of school has nothing to do with COVID. So the lies continue. And the restructuring of the Elmo Stout High School project is just something that you guys start up. Let's get somebody in, do a rendering and get that out there and see if that's going to get people to quiet down. But no. And then can you tell me why you had to bring somebody from outside of this territory to build a school for the high school with all of the architects and construction companies and so forth that we have here, all the architectural firms? You brought somebody in. Can you also tell me why we need 3 medical schools? Can you just start with 1 and see how that goes? I want to talk quickly and just say that I'm happy to see that we're finally going to get some CCTV cameras installed across the BVI. I don't want to be wicked, but I'm going to say I could see that you had some issues with the past commissioner and you probably wanted to punish him, and so you wait till he was gone to say that he wasn't doing anything. Was that the catch? Anyway, thank you guys for the CCTV cameras. They'll be installed. Thank you, new Commissioner of Police, Mr. Mark Collins. And we're about to close up, I think. I've touched on a bit for the evening. I'm out of time, but I want to say really quickly on the passing of Mr. Peter Haycraft, OBE, past owner of Rotong Wholesale. Thank you for all that you've done for the BVI, for supporting us and our school project that you kindly built for our students. Thank you. I'm out of time. I want to thank you again for being here, sitting in with me. And next week, I'm going to be celebrating our 1-year anniversary of Cut Deep. And we're going to have a special celebration. I invite you to tune in again next week. Thank you so much and have a good night.